Pokemon Go to the polls.
Yo, Pokemon Go was getting people snatched. Do y'all remember that? People was out looking for Pikachu. I'm going to look for Pikachu at 12 o'clock at night. At 12 o'clock at night, people. What's going on, everybody? We're back with another video, and today we're going over why everybody is obsessed with 2016. Video about OneCloud9. Let's get into it.
The year that has their cock down everybody's esophagus. Everybody glazes this shit to no ends meet. No matter how good a year can be, it will never be better than 2016. Like, I get 2016 was fire. It was really a good year. But this generation and millennials are just so obsessed with this shit. Like, y'all act like no other year has been good besides that year. While I was 10 during that time, so I might not understand the full implications, I've been wondering for a minute, why is everybody so obsessed with 2016? Besides the fact that sports, music, and media all peaked during this year. And the main reason that I found is because of 2020. 2020 was the end of the world.
Yo, 2020 was diabolical. Do you hear me? People was inside, couldn't go outside. Everything that you normally do, complete stop. And I think, honestly, 2020 made a lot of people introverts. Or if you were an introvert, you were happy during that time. Now, me personally, I'm an introvert. Even though I do videos, but I kind of like 2020. But man, I know people that broke up, had divorces. Some people came up though, you know, the PPP loans, people like entrepreneurs, everybody, y'all, man, everybody was making a business during that time. So I think actually my argument would be 2021 was a better year than 2016. I really don't remember 2016 like that, other than I was getting ready to get married. So I'm a little old skeezer, but we're gonna see what he got to say about 2020. Yeah, 2020, like, it changed the game for a lot of shit.
COVID shut everything down, forcing everybody to go inside and basically live life through their phones and laptops. And because of this 6-month-long event of quarantining and not going outside, society hasn't been the same since. Majority of society went from being very outgoing and social to all wanting to be nonchalant, popular, alone. We went from hanging out with the boys and going to parties on Fridays and Saturdays to staying inside playing Fortnite and GTA. And we went from actually talking and interacting with women in real life to only being able to talk to them through messages or FaceTime. Not to mention, if we wanted any physical intimacy with anyone, we would have to use our hands, which turned everybody into goons for about 6 months. Don't lie, we all went through that phase. Yes, I said we. Stop lying to yourself. And while it's been 5 years since these events happened and we have progressed a lot throughout society, a lot of the consequences from that year still remain. One of them being the significant rise of social media. Before 2020, social media and content creators were still very popular. Ever since that year, this shit has exploded beyond belief. The popular thing to do nowadays isn't to be a rapper or actor, it's to be a content creator. Kids are dead growing up wanting to be this. People would rather stay inside and smoke and chill than go outside and drink with the boys. Whether you like it or not, 2020 turned all of us into introverts. And even if you didn't make that complete transition, you're at least a little bit more there than you would have if not from the pandemic. But let's get straight to the point. How does this relate to 2016? Well, when you think about what 2016 was to its core, it's literally everything that 2020 wasn't. I think the biggest thing that everybody talks about when they talk about that year is the vibe.
The average weekend in 2016, I'm literally on the way to a function whose address I got off Snapchat. I'm in a packed car, blasting EXO Tour Life, screaming that with my location off, knowing that I'm gonna be home way past curfew. That was back when Instagram was still lit. We had World Star popping off, memes were trending. There was no TikTok, there was no brain rot. People actually could talk to people. There was no like attention disorder. You could literally be having a conversation with somebody and get to know them and not be like checking your phone every 5 seconds. When they're teenagers, I'm gonna be.
Yeah, TikTok. When TikTok came on the scene, TikTok ruined everything. I like TikTok. I'm on TikTok now, but I will say TikTok just took everything to a whole nother level. People were already checking their phones. Like, so you had influencer on Instagram, of course, but it was pictures. I mean, videos too, but mostly pictures. But when TikTok popped off, everybody wanted to be an influencer. Everybody had something to say. It just took over, man.
Think in my head like, losers. Losers. Like, what do you mean you sit at home watching people stream? Go do something.
It was just something in the air that year. You couldn't explain. The world just kind of felt like a community. Maybe it was because of all of the challenges, new dances like the dab, the mannequin challenge, hell, the rise of Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go to the polls.
Yo, Pokemon Go was getting people snatched. Do y'all remember that? People was out looking for Pikachu. I'm going to look for Pikachu at 12 o'clock at night. At 12 o'clock at night, people was getting snatched. Amber Alerts was going out. Pokemon Go had the lead, bro. People were people were getting abducted in this thing playing that game, man. I can't believe it.
Get that nigga off my shit right now.
Oh, come on.
Get that nigga.
Whatever it was, life just felt more together back then. There were so many things to be a part of in an era where the internet was still fairly new to being popular. It was like the perfect climax of social media meeting actual real life and joining together to just create a perfect vibe.
I think 2016 is such a nostalgia and mixture because that was like the last peak genuine year. Meaning that was the last genuine year of vibe. Like how I think of 2016, that's when me, my generation, we were like at the peak of this social media stuff. It was having its rounds, but no one really knew what it was. So no one really knew what it was to be an influencer, or no one really knew what social media was. It was still just throwing stuff at the fan, just going with the vibes. That was like the last year of what we know before everything just turned superficial. And then right after that, my generation, shout out to the 25 and 26 year olds, I can't pinpoint it, but we crossed over into a different sector in 2017. And if you know the feeling, you know the feeling. But after 2016, it was just like 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20. And from there, everything just kind of been in limbo.
And like I said before, one of the most obvious reasons for our obsession with this year is because everything peaked. Sports, movies, content, music. This year just had everything.
The last instances of a full-length Rihanna and Frank Ocean project, Drake becoming synonymous with one of the most nostalgic summers ever, Kanye with one of the most iconic listening parties we've ever seen, Chance the Rapper before jinxing himself on Ultra Light Beam, Post Malone before converting into a full-time West Virginian, The Weeknd giving us an album that was initially negatively received because all you fake mysterious freaks kept saying trilogy's better. Both are good. Shut up. YouTube had content that wasn't just balloon popping and weird vlog. Basketball at the collegiate and professional level was peak. Blocked by Jane. You would see a fine woman at Target and just think about her the rest of the day. Now you just scroll on your phone and say damn and move on. We're in a revolving door of situationships. Nothing feels sacred anymore.
Joe, y'all remember when the Black Beatles when that challenge came out, you would be just scrolling and then all of a sudden you would just see people just froze, man. You would think something wrong with your phone, man. That thing had people in the chokehold. Folks was at church doing it. First was at work doing it, in the bathroom, in the parking lot. Hell, I'm pretty sure people that died up in heaven was doing the damn mannequin challenge then, man. That thing had people in the chokehold.
Bro forgot to mention in this video, Double XL 2016 class. It started a whole new era of music. Also, football fans, Odell, 2015, 2016, Panthers, Cam Newton, Super Bowl camp, Peyton Manning's last year. Not to mention when you go to the basketball side, we had the greatest finals of all time. And it feels like every big artist also dropped a major project that year. Like literally, I can go on and on about this. A lot of shit happened. And you know a year is good when the most controversial presidential election happened in a year. That's still not the most memorable part of the year. This year was just gas, bro. And there's no other way to really describe it. But I still feel like the hyperfixation on this specific year is interesting. Because even though 2016 was peak, let's not act like that's the only good year into 2010. A lot of people say 2014 and 2012 were also really good years. Not to mention 2017 was another good year right behind it. And it's interesting that we all collectively choose 2016 as the year that we glorify. Why is that though? Well, honestly, I don't fucking know. And I really can't answer that for you. It's just what it is. Sometimes we as a society just hyperfixate on one thing. And no matter what's wrong with that thing, we just glaze. I particularly call it the MJ effect. And funny enough, I'm actually talking about both of them. No matter how many bad things these two people did, their legacy in public opinion seems spotless. Even though they both did some very controversial things, if they were reportedly true. And back when those things did break out, they caught a lot of flack for it. But because of how great they were, and because of how they made us feel, we just simply don't give a fuck.
So I'm going to say something. I know y'all going to fight me in the comments for this. To me, Michael Jackson was a great performer. He was a great entertainer. Songs was fire. But dude couldn't sing. I said it. Michael Jackson could not sing. Michael Jackson to me sounds like that mosquito in your ear. In the summertime, he just... That's what he sound like to me, man. Now... The man had the aura. He had whatever it was, but dude couldn't sing. Fight your mama, don't fight me.
So what if MJ touched kids? I'm still finna listen to Thriller, gang. That nigga ain't touch me. I don't give a fuck. So what if Michael Jordan was an asshole? As long as he's dicking other players on the court, I don't care, man. Like, keep on going. And even though there's a lot of bad things that happened in 2016, and we've kind of put this MJ status on 2016. Back in 2016, a good amount of people thought it was the worst year ever. I mean, prime example, Trump was elected. And no matter what your opinions on about that man, we all know when he got elected president, all hell broke loose. Brother, my whole family was talking about moving to Canada and Jamaica. All because a man got elected as president. Like, people thought Trump was dead ass finna bring back slavery, gang. And while again, y'all should know my opinions on Trump. Not really the biggest fan. But at the same time, we were just being overly dramatic. Even though people were going through midlife crises during this time, I guarantee those same people still say that it's a good year because of the MJ effect. Or you can just call it nostalgia. I feel like MJ effect is more than nostalgia. Yeah, we're just gonna do that. But when you match this with the fact that everybody was social during this time, it's no wonder that this year was so iconic. And honestly, if we started using our phones less for just 1 year, we might even get a repeat of 2016. That will never fucking happen because we're all addicted to our phones. I will say that. To the people who feel like they peaked in 2016, brother, get a fucking life. I get the year was a good year, but at the same time, peaking 9 years ago is sad, gang. And let's not act like there hasn't been any other good year. Like, for instance, 2024 was a very valid year. I even made a video comparing 2024 to 2016, which a lot of y'all hated for whatever reason. But gang, we've had good years. And even though 2016 was an elite year, I'm telling you right now, the way y'all talking about it might just be a little bit overrated. Tone it down. Because if you're too busy living in the past, you won't see what's happening right in front of you. And right now, we're on the horizon of what might be one of the greatest years of all time, 2026, which is ironically 10 years beyond 2016. What the fuck going on here?
Yeah. I think 2026 is gonna be a lit year. I think it's a lit year because everybody finally like catching up to all the shenanigans. The Epstein files going on. You already know what's behind that. You know, it's just more stuff getting revealed. And I think people like finally getting their swag back. Me personally though, I think 2016 was all right. It was all right. I think we had way better years. So like I was born in 1992. So I think, of course, 92, 95, 1999 was lit. 2000 was lit. 2004. 2010 was fire. 13 was all right. 15 for sure. 16, I don't know. 16, I wouldn't really give it. 2012 was fire too. And 2021, I think 2021, everybody was coming out of COVID, getting on their grind. Yeah, I think 2021 was like one of the better years. But 2026 is gonna be lit for sure. But anyway, y'all let me know in the comments how y'all feel about this. Was 2016 all that memorable, or was it another year, or people just glazing 2016 for no reason? Other than that, man, thank y'all for coming by. Make sure you subscribe, like this video so it can get pushed out. We are trying to get to 100 subscribers on this channel, all right? So I need your help. All right, appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming by, and until next time.